What would a Barbie dream house look like if it were set in Monster High? We all know the Barbie aesthetic, pink, luxurious, picture perfect, whereas the Monster High aesthetic is spooky, glamorous, and playful. So today I want to try and combine the two by building a Barbie dream house Monster High mashup in The Sims 4. I have so many ideas for this build. I'm thinking big fancy walk-in closets with hidden monsters inside, elaborate floral graveyards, a pink potion pool house, think creepy chic with gothic, punk, and Y2K inspired styles, mixed with bright, polished, and ultra feminine decor. I also thought it would be really fun to try and merge different characters from Monster High with the Barbie aesthetic. So I made this wheel, and on here we have the main Monster High girls. And then later when we furnish the bedrooms, we'll come back to this wheel, we'll spin it, and whatever we land on, we'll try and combine their aesthetic with Barbie. So first we have to build the exterior, and I think we'll build this in Forgotten Hollow today. This is the world that comes with The Sims 4 vampires. And I think we're gonna take over Vlad's lot today. He's the vampire who kind of runs this whole world, so it's kind of the perfect spot for a Barbie mansion takeover. Plus the surrounding area is already so creepy with all of the graveyards and everything, so we're already halfway there. So let's go ahead and bulldoze this lot. And the first thing I want to do is go in and add some terrain. This is going to add dimension to our build, it's gonna have levels to it, and I just think overall it always makes a Sims 4 build look more interesting. So we'll have an elevated spot on this side, maybe that can be where the pool house goes, and then the main building can be over here on this part. Maybe we could do a little water feature over here. And so far this is what I came up with for the terrain. I added some rocks around just to clean it up a little bit. We've got our stairs leading up and some terrain paint. Now for the shell. The style of this house has to work with both different aesthetics. So I looked up references for Barbie doll houses versus Monster High doll houses. Barbie doll houses are usually pink or pastel with pretty details, and Monster High doll houses are gothic and bold. Lots of different colors going on. So for this Barbie dream house, I'm going for a Victorian design. This way we can add in lots of different details. And to me, Victorian houses have always just looked like big doll houses. There's just something about them, so I feel like this is going to be perfect. I'm leaving this big gap here because I actually want to add stairs leading up to the entry on the second floor. So we'll have this big marble staircase leading up. I'm gonna raise this up on a foundation, and then I'm also adding a front deck right here. There are gonna be stairs for days on this house. Barbie's gonna have legs. I also kind of want to connect a pool right onto the front. That way you can sort of wrap around the house. I think I'm gonna move this over a tiny bit. Okay, there, I added some pink fencing along the top layer, also along the balcony back here, and we've got two different entryways into the pool. I don't think we have an option for the wallpaper here. It has to be pink, but I'm using this more worn looking paneling from The Sims 4 Horse Ranch. Along the bottom, I'm going to use some brick, and then I think before I add any windows, I want to roof it. I want this house to have steep pitched gabled roofing, so I'm really just going to be using the same roofing piece all the way around. Like, we're just copy and pasting the same one and adjusting each one a tiny bit to fit the space. I think we're going to go with like super pink roofing, but what if we also go in with a black trim? We've got the black along the bottom, then maybe I can go in with like some pink and black windows. The first windows I thought of were these ones from Get Famous. I feel like these are the perfect combination of luxury, but like you could also get a creepy vibe from these. Like there could definitely be someone watching you from the top floor of a haunted house through these windows. These are nice because there's also a skinny variation we can use, and there's also a matching door. I don't know if we should go with the all pink or if I should keep it with the all black and white. I'll try the black and white for now because I was also picturing these windows from my wedding stories. These could be a nice feature here by the pool. We don't have any pink swatches aside from the stained glass, but we do have white. Okay, what do we think? This is it with the white and black windows. This is it with the pink and white. I'm torn. I feel like the pink and white gives too much Barbie, and this is a mashup, so I'm going back to the black and white. I can always switch it back if I want to later. Another thing I noticed about Barbie dream houses is they always have these elaborate columns. Whenever I see a column on a house, it automatically adds some kind of like fancy element. The black and white ones from For Rent scream Monster High. I feel like they would pull together the black and white quite nicely too. Maybe we need a touch more pink though, so I'm gonna go with the pink columns this time. I think one way we can really bring in the Barbie aesthetic on the exterior and the interior, I guess, is florals. So I'm adding this like trellis piece from the Romantic Garden stuff pack. Those flowers come in like the perfect Barbie pink. This stuff pack actually also might really work here because it has a lot of the rose details. And the roses would work great for our mashup because they're pretty, they're pink flowers, but they're also spiky, they're also thorny, they've got some punch, they kind of represent this mashup perfectly. In a second, I'm gonna start building the pool house, but for now, I'm just going in and adding these details to the roofing. I also added a chimney, and these little roofing details are from Get Together. I also came in and added some lighting on here, and I went in with these spider decals from Spooky Stuff. I didn't want to go overboard with them, but I feel like they have a nice little spooky addition to this mansion. And now Barbie needs their pool house, so I'm just gonna build it like a mini version of this house. It doesn't have to be anything too big, but I don't want it to just be a boring little box. I'm gonna roof it in a similar way. Maybe I'll change the roof paint over to black though, and we can do the opposite. I'm gonna change the trim to pink. We're gonna use the same pink horse ranch paneling, and there is one more door from Get Famous that I didn't use. I think I'm gonna use that here for the pool house. Our pool house is also gonna have these fancy columns. These ones are from the Romantic Garden stuff pack, and I think it also needs some matching roofing details. Okay, we obviously still have to add a little bit more around and add more landscaping, but there's our pool house. I was thinking Barbie also needs a hot tub. Adventure Awaits has this one. It's really cool because it's sunken into the ground. And you know what else could be sunken into the ground? Her friends. I'm just kidding, kind of. Not really. I'm gonna have a graveyard back here, but I'm trying to pick the prettiest ones. Life and Death has some really pretty tombstones. This entire lot is basically built in a cemetery, so we don't have to go overboard, but I want this to be super pretty, like pink flowers around. I found these little lanterns with the pink bow on them, so I'm gonna add a few of these around each of the graves. Ooh, also Dine Out has these melty candles, which look kind of creepy in pink. Those can go around here too. Maybe we also add some pink Love Struck candles. I want pretty landscaping. Like I love these succulents from Cats and Dogs. And maybe also just like some colorful, out of place looking flowers. We could even make a little walkway like going through there. Girlies, what are we doing? Why are we all not getting buried in pretty floral pink graveyards? Is this my retirement plan? Gravedigger Barbie and she's just wearing like hot pink overalls. A bedazzled shovel. Ooh, we have a shovel from Get Together. Does it come in pink? Close enough. Ooh, and then we could have this pretty pink willow tree kind of like going over top of it in the background. I'm so dead. Not really, they are, but this is so cute. I'm gonna landscape a little more like around this hot tub. I can add a table here. On there we can add some towels. We can add the crystal skull as decor from the Crystal Creations stuff pack. A haunted hot tub graveyard. I love it. I'm gonna add some pink floaties here in the pool. I also want some pink loungers by the pool entry. And I think we should also have an umbrella table. On the balcony, I'm adding this fancy pink couch. We could do the fire coffee table from City Living. We could also use some of the lotus lights, big candelabras. And then on this balcony, I was thinking about adding a yoga mat. We could also add some of the free weights on here from Adventure Awaits. And I was trying to find the perfect comfy chair for seating here, and I found this. This chair is from Businesses and Hobbies, and it kind of looks like a little monster on there. It's a freezer bunny, but it's pink and it's perfect. And with everything finished, we have our Barbie times Monster High mansion. I think it turned out so pretty. I'm going to show you some of the little final touches that I added. Obviously, I finished up the landscaping, but I also went in and added these little orbs from Realm of Magic. I think it totally makes sense to have little pink orbs flying around our Monster High Barbie house, especially over here in the hot tub graveyard. I also finished up our yoga area. I just added a couple more little candles. And as a speaker here, we have the creepy music box from Life and Death. Okay, let's do some interiors. I want to start off with the pool house though. So I've already got a bit of a start here. I added some curtains. I added these pink chandeliers, which I'm probably going to bring into the main house too because these are from Life and Death. There are these little draped beaded details on this chandelier and I feel like it makes it look a little creepy, but with the pink it's perfect. There's a couple things I want to have in here, and first is a bathroom. So I'm using this super fancy toilet from Get Famous. I also want a shower in here though, so you could go in here before you go in the pool. Then we could add these column pedestal tables from the sleek living room kit. Candles are of course going in every room. I also want to find some ways to alter my paintings that I add. So this one I'm adding, there's this girl, she's got her glasses on, she's got the blonde hair, she's giving Barbie, but we can alter it maybe by adding a skull tattoo on her back. Or we could even add some of the spiders from Spooky Stuff. I'll add a couple different mirrors in here. I've got my fancy sink, and I also just changed over the lighting to these candles from Get Together. I'm gonna add some pink robes in here. So far we have our pool house bathroom. In here, Sims could come in and get changed. They could shower after the pool. But then let's say after the shower, they wanted to get ready or something. This is where the potion pool house is gonna come in. So I'm adding these vanities. They're from the Secret Sanctuary kit. And then I'm gonna go in and add some of the potions from Realm of Magic. I'm just gonna scatter them all over both of the vanities. Like, how cute is that already? But then we can add other beauty items too. Like, I can add this hair dryer. Maybe we can add some of the bottles from My Wedding Stories. We can add some of the nail polish on here. Ooh, actually from Spa Day, we could even add the spa chairs. And then on here, you could come and get your nails done. You can get a pedicure. This room can just be like a magical spa. And like, we could put a cauldron in here too. That could be where we're actually brewing our beauty potions. All right, so we have our magical, pretty potion pool house. We've got the cauldron here. They can come in here and brew their potions. They can even make mac and cheese if they want. They can get ready before or after their pool day. They can come over here and get a pedicure or get their nails done. They've got the wardrobe there, and I think you can also get a massage in this chair. Yeah, I'm loving this so far. I think we're ready to go into the main house and start furnishing. And I've already done a little bit of work in here to bring it together. So this is actually the bottom floor. We're gonna have 4 bedrooms down here. So we're gonna go back to the wheel in a sec, but then in the second floor, this is the front entry. I definitely wanted this beautiful elaborate staircase in this build. So that'll be the entry. We're gonna have our kitchen over here. We're gonna have a dining room. I've randomly picked a bunch of wallpapers and just tossed them in here for now so I can come back and pick them when I want them. So yeah, kitchen and dining up here. We have the entry, and then down here, we're also gonna have to figure out where to put a living room, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. For now, we're coming back to the wheel and we're gonna go ahead and spin to see whose room is going to be first, and we get Clawdeen Wolf. This is such an exciting character to start with. Clawdeen is iconic. She's such a baddie. She's the daughter of a werewolf. She's confident, energetic, and fierce. She's obsessed with fashion, and she's a very talented fashion designer. Since she's such a fashion girly, I would say that Clawdeen and Barbie maybe have the most in common. So I'm tempted to already give her the biggest bedroom. Yeah, I'm doing it because this is where we can have the walk-in closet, and I'm gonna use the art here from Vampires. Clawdeen's main color that she's often seen in is purple, and of course there's always some kind of animal print going on too, whereas Barbie's main color is pink. So dare we try this flooring? There is also this wallpaper if we didn't want to do flooring. Imagine we kept both. That's crazy. No, we can go in with some wood flooring. I guess it doesn't have to be all that print. I can change this up and add some purple. I added some columns here, and I feel like there should be a big mirror right there. Before we build the closet, we need to find a bed, and there is this one, which is so perfect for Clawdeen from High School Years. I feel like it's gonna clash with that wallpaper right behind those, so maybe I can change the back wall there to purple. We need to bring in some Barbie, so I'm gonna add in this pink fluffy rug. We could also add these pink end tables, also from High School Years. I'll add some pink lamps. Ooh, but Get Famous also has some of these fun printed patterns. I might have to use this somewhere too. I think in the corner I'm gonna use this big lamp from Vampires. High School Years also has these fluffy chairs. I'm gonna add some of these. These ones actually have patterns on them too. I found this little dog statue, which actually matches my color scheme pretty well. And for curtains, I'm using these long ones here from Modern Luxe. I'm gonna add them going behind the bed. That way we have something going on behind there. And in Monster High, they are also students. That's like the whole point. The whole franchise has like an academic focus. So we're gonna add desks to all of the rooms if they can fit. We can add the heart chair from Pastel Pop. And also for Claudeen's room, I do want to add some stuff from the werewolf pack, obviously. So her like study decor can all be from werewolves. We could also add in this purse shelf somewhere. We could bring in some Modern Luxe art. And okay, this is so far what I have for Claudeen's Barbie bedroom. Werewolf Barbie, if you will. We have her bed, which I feel like matches so well. The chairs over to the corner, the little doggy decor. On this side, we have some stuff from her werewolf roots. So she's got her desk. My little werewolf statue is floating. That's better. She also has a purple bookshelf. Now we just have to do the walk-in closet. So High School Years does have some shelving that I can use. I found this purple, which is perfect. And there's this pink shelf. So I'm gonna combine the two. Then in there, I can hang up some purple clothing. Ooh, there's a fur jacket from Businesses and Hobbies I can add. We can also add some shoe clutter on here. Ooh, and we can also add the little Coach bags here too. To fill the space, I'm adding even more clothes up here. And I'm gonna fill that up top with pink clutter. Then on this side, I'm gonna add some glowing mirrors from Spa Day. And I'll just add a little pink ottoman in here too. I also said I wanted a little monsters in the closet, so I'm adding this little mushroom lamp. And Uni's kind of Barbie coated. Let's toss them in here too. Okay, so we have our Clawdeen Wolf, closet all finished. A final thing I wanted to add for Clawdeen before moving on was an easel, so I just added one of those in the corner. Let's just go in order. So the second biggest bedroom will be here, and spinning the wheel again, our next character will be Draculaura. So as the name implies, Draculaura is the daughter of Dracula, a vampire. She's sweet, energetic, and friendly. Even though she's a vampire, she's a vegan, and she's always seen with this iconic pink and black look, which might actually be a little bit challenging to bring in the Barbie vibe since we're already using pink, but let's try it. And it's also perfect because Clawdeen and Draculaura are besties and their bedrooms are going to be right beside each other. Okay, here's the vibe I have going so far. There's a lot of black going on. I'm using black flooring. We've got this spiderweb wallpaper from Spooky Stuff. So I feel like the majority of the things we add in here now have to be pink. But the thing is, she is a vampire, so she could sleep in a coffin. I was really hoping we had a cute pink one, but across all of the packs, I don't think we have that. So I'm kind of thinking of bedazzling it somehow. Like there are these little flower lights. I can add these in here. I really wanted to add a pink bow, but for some reason this bow does not come in a pink swatch, and I feel like I've looked for that a million times. So instead I'm just gonna add this black one. Underneath here we're gonna add this pink rug from Love Struck, and I kind of want to raise this up on a platform. Then we can add some marble stairs going up here. I found this Barbie logo. I'm gonna try and place this on this wall here. It's a lot of light, so I feel like it might freeze my game. Hear me out, okay? I think Draculaura and Barbie would have a similar side profile. Barbie with the iconic ponytail, Draculaura with her iconic pigtails, but I feel like if she turned to the side, you might just see one ponytail. And she's got the bangs, like this art is kind of showing a little bit about what I'm talking about. In my head, that makes sense. I think in this room, I could do some of the older style of furniture. I'm using this pink base game stuff to make a little seating area. There's this mirror from Get Famous we can add in here. We can add a desk, and I'm pretty sure she loves reading like gossip blogs. I am gonna give her a computer. I'm really wishing all of this vampire stuff came in pink, but I can't not give her that beautiful wardrobe from vampires. I think we also need the cute vampire bat plushie. We can add in this modern luxe photo. I might add in some flowers, but I feel like this one shouldn't be planty. Since she loves the gossip, I'm also gonna add some magazines in here. I think she also loves writing, so I'm gonna add some books around her desk. And Sims can also write on the computer, so this area is perfect. Okay, so we have the Draculaura Barbie bedroom. I love the logo on the wall. It is making my game a little bit laggy, so I don't know how long it's gonna stick around, but I like it there for now. We've got the little seating area over here. We've got this little spot for writing, and we have the Barbie coffin. A final thing I wanted to add for Draculaura was actually an umbrella, so I just added that over here by her books. Now we have two more bedrooms to go. These ones are a little bit smaller, but we'll see what we get. So coming back to spin the wheel, we are going to be building for Frankie Stein next. Frankie Stein is the daughter of Frankenstein. They're super smart and love to learn new things about the world. They love science, reading and researching, inventing, and tinkering. I'm thinking the color palette on this one might be a little bit difficult to nail because we don't have any Barbie pink going on here whatsoever. So what if we tried out this gray and black stripy paneled wallpaper? Yeah, so far this is definitely the most difficult one, but I'm going with this bed from Vampires. And I've also added this big light over top because this reminds me of a light you would see in like an operating room. So that's gonna go above Frankie Stein's bed. I've also brought in some neon. I feel like maybe that's how we can incorporate some pink. Or I was thinking about adding in some of these flowers above that part of the bed. One thing I really want to add in here is a science table. There's also this bookshelf we can add in the corner. I was looking through trying to see if I could find any trace of Frankie wearing pink, and then I came across the Dawn of the Dance Frankie Stein doll. They've got this hot pink shirt over top of their outfit, and it's like this 80s style. So that 80s vibe could be the tie together with our hot pink neon we have in here. Frankie's skin is also this like mint green color, and I just found these chairs from high school years. We've got the little pink hearts on there, but they're on these minty green chairs. We need a dresser over to this side. We could add this table here from high school years. I actually think Frankie also has a sewing hobby, so we can add the knitting basket. Then above the computer, we could add this big shelf also from Nifty Knitting. I'm gonna also add some pom-poms. We can't forget about their fear leading in Monster High. Ooh, also we could add in some of the Nifty Knitting baskets. Yeah, this one was for sure the trickiest one to pull off yet, but I feel like we have enough things for it to make sense. We've got the science table, the lightning bolt, that paneled wallpaper. I don't know how much Barbie we've got in this one. Maybe maybe with the knitting part, because you can make your own clothes in The Sims 4 with that. Okay, let's move on. We have one smaller bedroom to go, and let's see who the bedroom is going to be for. We get Lagoona Blue. Lagoona Blue is the daughter of a sea monster. They have a surf monster chic style. They're super friendly and laid back, and obviously they love swimming. So I think for Lagoona, we could easily tie in like a pastel mermaid aesthetic. This one is going to be so small, but I can definitely fit her bed right here. I'm adding this chandelier from Vintage Glamour, and maybe we could actually rotate the bed this way. Then behind the bed, I want to add this waterfall, and we'll just have to move that a little bit forward. We could even add a couple mirrors behind here. And I found this rug that kind of reminds me of water from high school years. Speaking of water, we need to add one of Lagoona's tanks. This tank is from Get to Work. I'm adding a dresser here with a fishbowl on top. Oh, and for an end table, we could add these heart-shaped tables. Those are totally giving Barbie. But then on top of there, we could add a jellyfish lamp from Adventure Awaits. We can add another one on the dresser over here. We can add a pink mirror on top. We could also add the flip-flop light. And what if we added some seaweed on this side? For some art, I found this picture of Barbie Fairytopia Mermaidia, which I'm adding here with this picture of Lagoona. So this is how our Lagoona Blue times Barbie bedroom turned out. This one wasn't too bad. I feel like the colors all work together here, and the fact that we already have a Barbie mermaid made it super easy to imagine in this room. And also, the waterfall just looks so cool behind the bed. To tie everything together, I added a seating area coming down the stairs. I also added another bathroom. I added a full kitchen and dining room, all inspired by Barbie and Monster High. I used a Realm of Magic appliances. I also added a coffee maker in here. We have some fancy Get Famous dining room stuff, and I also pulled together the living room in a similar aesthetic. In the front entry, I actually added some lockers to represent a little more of the academic feel, and there's some down here in the hallway too. Maybe Barbie just stores some extra clothes in here. So that is all I got for you guys today. I hope you liked this video. I had a fun time trying out this like hybrid sort of challenge, and I would love to do more. So if you guys have any ideas of like previous themes we've done before collabing with each other, let me know. And if you are interested in watching more Barbie or Monster High videos in The Sims 4, I have so many of them on this channel. I'll link some of them down below. If you guys like the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.